Oh shit, what up?
It doesn't change anything for anybody.
It does not.
It's just fun to know.
It just momentarily makes us, camera shy of what we say next, and I'm like, nope, I'm starting the way I am.
Correct. Oh shit, that's what I was doing.
Oh yeah, my friend Jacob, you remember him? He's trying to watch this on Twitch. He's trying to watch our D&D campaign.
Hi, Jacob.
Good.
I don't know if he's watching right now. I think he's catching the recordings instead of being here live.
Fair.
Frick, where? There. Alright, last chance if anybody needs to do anything before we start.
I have wireless headphones. Connected by Bluetooth. I can do things throughout.
Okay, make sure you mute yourself before you go do anything.
I'm on push to talk.
Okay, fair.
You just start hearing a blender going.
Oh, that too. I was just...
Oh, Lord.
That's also a valid concern.
Listen, I'm eating my dinner. You have not heard it, but I am.
That's true. Well, I didn't have time to eat dinner because I got home super late from work, which sucks. But, y'all ready to play some fucking D&D?
Let's go!
Hell yeah.
Ooh, love these quests. These quests are looking sick.
Wait, how many quests can you see?
I can see in progress quests, the Golden Jewel, and available.
Okay, good.
One for one particular character.
Alright.
Where are you seeing these?
In the quest log.
I don't know where that is.
It's in the book.
Well, you're on Bluetooth headphones. Are you even at your desk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking.
Okay.
I don't know.
Double click.
what to
The
say.
journal belongs to Arachne.
For folks,
Arachne's secret quest log. Do not read.
for folks at home, this is what our players are currently seeing.
It sparks joy.
I'll figure out. I'll figure this out later.
Okay. There's also in the treasure chest is the party inventory is back.
Yeah.
And fun fact.
And look who's wanted, dead or alive.
It's Renji. Actually, oh wait, yeah. Wait.
Again, my favorite thing is that Arachne did not change.
Actually, Arachne's a little shorter there. Yeah, Steve will be joining us momentarily. He is not here this evening.
We specifically want him alive.
We specifically want him alive.
Wanted alive.
All right.
Fantastic.
I'll once again ask. Also, I don't know if you can see it on stream, but our wanted posters now have everybody's stats circling through on the stream.
I do see that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was pretty proud of that. All right. Tonight's episode is brought to you by dinner. To recap last session, just deserted island. We resumed combat against the Sharknado, but alas, though a valiant effort was made, the ship did not survive. The Golden Jewel was torn asunder, and the crew flung into the sea. Those that did not drown under the waves were eaten by the sharks of the Sharknado. Dazed and nearly drowned in some cases, the party washed up on shore of a small uninhabited island. After searching for food and supplies, Galen noticed that both his friend and his trunk were missing. Desperate to find them, he called on his familiar, a dreadful Strix, a bird of ill omen. Having it circle the island, it instead spotted Renji meditating on top of the rocky spire at the far end of the island. Both individuals made a discovery at the same time. A cave, worn by time and tide, was at the bottom of the spire. The party moved quickly inside, and there they discovered the remnants of a pirate hideout. They also found a very alive Jay with a very broken chest. Concerned for something's safety, Jay and Galen attempted to find whatever was locked inside before the rest noticed, but a slip-up from Jay made it obvious that the pair was hiding something. Searching deeper into the cave, the group discovered it split into 3 separate paths. And upon following one path, as Amp followed her nose with the scent of blood in her nostrils, the party discovered a shallow pool of water and a water-weird guardian in its depths. Acting quickly, everyone managed to scramble away from the water, and a strange figure darted across the tide pools, only to emerge next to Galen. Who is this mysterious newcomer in the cave? Why is she bent on protecting them? And what was in Galen's chest that must be recovered? What is in the 3 other prongs of the cave? Tune in tonight to find out. Also, completely unironically, I said Jalen, and I think that's the ship name now. Whoop, not what I meant to do. Wrong cave. All right, so you guys have just not necessarily defeated the water weird, but have escaped its clutches. And as you all walk away from the edge of the water, I'm just going to put Petrus over here for now. As you all walk away from the edge of the water, this mysterious individual appears in front of you. And this is what everybody sees. She attempts to move towards Galen, but Renji, do you move and block her path?
No, I actually go up to the edge of the pool of water.
Okay.
I actually walk past her as if she's not particularly important at this time.
Okay. Rich, you obviously move closer to her.
I approach, so there's someone else who, got lost in this island. Thanks for the warning, even though I didn't heed it in time.
I'm gonna have her roll an insight check, because that's really funny.
Damn. I thought that I was not muted. Sorry, I was going to roll an insight check as well.
Oh, yeah, that's much funnier. Please roll an insight check, Sam.
Yeah. Disadvantage, because exhausted.
Disadvantage because exhausted.
Boo.
That's a 5.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, now I'm going to have her roll an insight check. Let's see. Where did it go? Okay. This strange fish-like woman looks at you, Galen, and goes, "Yes, I live here." And, like, tries to wink at you, but her big fish eyes go like...
All right, now I have to roll an insight check. God. Fuck,
Look,
with
we
that
knew I had
performance.
exhaustion coming in. It's disadvantage. It shouldn't be. It sucks.
Can I also roll just to like?
No,
because I'm not
okay.
exhausted.
I'm gonna say, so the rule is 2 people can make an insight roll, so it's Arachne and Renji, because otherwise we're just gonna sit here waiting until somebody succeeds.
Unless all 5 of us fail.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you, Jesus.
Okay, Joe, you've connected the dots in your mind. This is the same. This is whoever this woman is definitely the woman that Jay was talking about in the trunk.
Right, and Renji, listening to this, does not react to it, at least to anyone can see, but he rolls his eyes.
Okay, incredible. Are you gonna make
You're
any
still
sort
facing the water, and you just read
I'm
that
still-
tone like liar.
Yeah.
All right. Are you going to Are you going to make a check on the water?
Actually, I was going to speak primordial into the pond, saying, "Sorry for disturbing your home," and then I'm going to drop a good berry in the water.
Give me a persuasion check. Just flat. Okay. On a 22 persuasion, I think you watch the berry, like, sit at the bottom of the pool for a second, and then there's just a little current, and it disappears. Nothing too magical, but it is acknowledged. In the realm of Yathan, acknowledging the spirits is an extremely important part of the culture, and so you pay proper homage for this inadvertent sullying of its sacred pool. However, you also notice on your high check there is something in the water, and it looks like there are 2 dead bodies in the water who have been there for a very long time, and you are missing most of your equipment.
I'm going to make my way over to the far end to see the one that's up on the shore over here.
Yeah, okay. I think that's... Yeah, you jump over the pool, careful not to touch the water.
Yeah. I investigate it's here.
Oh, is that not visible? It's not. God damn it. Okay. You loot the body. What did you get?
I got a journal.
Oh boy!
I wonder what it says. I just got a journal.
Oh my god, get off the brain cell. My turn.
Yes, please continue the scene. I'll be reading this journal.
Okay.
To read the journal. That's what the brain cell's all about.
Sam, every item is... Every session is just the ice bridge over and over again. Okay. Everything else on this body is too useless. The sword is too rusty, the arrows are broken, etc., etc. Back over on the far shore, this fish woman steps closer to Galen and is just like, "Yes, kind strangers, I needed to... I needed to be wet for a second, and then did not realize that the water was protected. So thank you for saving me."
Renji rolls his eyes harder.
And then she goes, "Yes, let me congratulate you, in private." And she grabs Galen's collar and drags him over to the corner. A little bit away from everybody.
Wait, but Will, where's your chest? Is it in the pool? Do we need to go further? Do we need to regroup and try again? What's the plan here?
I am going to have... This is going to be very funny.
Well, we'd already found the chest.
What? No, she's right
Like-
there, says Jay. Mel's just like, shut up, shut up.
I'm going to step over here and I'm going to plot with Webb, we're going to strategize for a minute, and presuming that Steve would have had no objections, I'm going to have him give me advantage to roll an investigation flat.
I love that. Go ahead.
Yeah. I assume he'd be cool with it.
It's literally the two of you putting your heads together.
16.
Okay, what are you trying to investigate specifically in the situation?
I mean, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure that it's a investigation or an insight, but so assuming Jay is telling the truth here, that no, she's right there, and that's the chest. So she's in the chest. Why would she have been in the chest?
Okay.
And I think that might be more of an insight now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, so we're gonna cut away from the conversation that you're having with Petrus. Well, I'm gonna say that it's investigation for Arachne, because this is literally your bread and butter. You minor illusion a little string board again and just start putting the things together. I'm fine with investigation. But okay. This fish woman grabs Galen by the lapels and drags him over into the corner and just goes, "What the fuck are we doing?"
We got shipwrecked. We gotta try and figure out how to get off this thing. I'm kind of...
You say we got shipwrecked, and she just puts 1,000-yard stare out into the walls of the cave, like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Again?
Yeah, I know. I am not holding things very well internally at the moment. I'm kind of on the edge of just... I want to go hide.
Who are these people?
Oh, but so far, everyone that survived.
Amp, I'm going to say at this time your Titanic aspect wears off because it's been more than a minute.
With a passive perception of 17, do I overhear that conversation?
I'm gonna say, Galen, give me stealth or deception. You have advantage because Mel is giving it to you.
Let's see. And I have advantage?
You have advantage.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 19. Unfortunately, you do not overhear this, Renji.
Okay.
You're whiffling
After reading
through
the journal, can I search the skeletal body a little closer?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Not one of my strong suits, but not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, whoops. Okay, you pull a rock out of this guy's pocket. It looks like it's some sort of polished quartz, almost. It's not huge.
Okay. Pocket that for now.
Alright, you can add shiny stone to your thing. Okay, so back over here with William and this fish lady.
I have something, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna approach Jay because I think he's dumb.
Oh, that...
Mean,
No.
Mean and kind of accurate.
I think he's the token himbo. I think he is dumb and nice and probably is strong.
Incredible.
So, your name's Jay?
Yeah.
So, your friend and that woman.
Uh-huh.
Listen, I'm going to play it straight with you here. We know that she is whatever you were carrying as cargo, and I need to know. Is this a hostage, Or were you just not able to afford a third ticket? Or some secret third thing?
Secret third thing.
Secret third thing.
She lives in the box.
She lives in the box.
Yeah.
Is she going to be able to live outside of the box?
Jay turns around and cups his hands over his mouth and goes, "Hey man, I think we should just tell them."
Like a.
Yeah, go ahead, Rich.
I was gonna say like the Strix by this point is like perched back on the shoulder and it does like that freaky upside down head owl twirl
yes.
to like look back at Jay, and then Galen turns around, and that would be what?
Maybe they can help, man.
Well, I think it's to all of our benefit to help each other. We want to get off this island.
I would agree.
Renji's leaning
however-
up against the cave wall, and he's just giving Galen a flat stare.
However, the woman is out of the box.
Mel looks at Galen and goes, "She's kind of right. We kind of need all the help we can get, buddy."
Is she your prisoner?
According to Mr. J here, she is not a hostage, and frankly, I don't think that he's capable of lying. I'm sorry,
Sadly,
that was rude.
No. No, that is fairly accurate.
Jay's like, "Look, a lot of us are kind of hurt from fighting the thing, especially Will. Let's go to the front and, like, hang out for a bit. We can cook the fish, and everybody can heal, right?"
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not opposed.
Good call, Mr. J. Come on, Webb.
Renji's gonna go back to where the chest is and start setting up like a makeshift camp.
My class feature is common fucking sense.
Sorry, bird.
Ah!
Okay. No.
What the fuck was that?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry, what? Rich, was that the soundboard?
Hey, William.
Thank you.
What sound does the Strix make?
Strix, come here.
I feel like I'm missing a bit. I don't like it.
Wait, was that me?
Rich,
with, like, a
Rich
tool of
asked me
some
to
sort or
capture your
mouth?
audio of the Strix noise, and so I put it on my soundboard.
Oh, from last time. That's really fucking funny. Holy shit.
You are a champion.
All
It
right,
is a gift.
I'm giving you that's
inspiration.
Oh, you
That's
have
already
inspiration already.
inspiration.
That's
Thank you.
You next time you use inspiration, you get it back. That was so funny. Holy shit.
And Rich, you were completely right. It was definitely worth it.
That's so funny. All right, you guys set up a campfire. Can I not? Is it not gonna? All right, hold on. So you guys go and you set up a campfire and you begin to just like make this spot your own.
And did I keep the fish on my person?
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason why you wouldn't have.
Okay, so I guess somebody who has smaller hands, can you cook the fish?
Well, I can try. I'm not a very good cook.
If I had Fistrian adapted tools, I could, but here it's, you know.
So, you all begin to make yourselves more comfortable around the fire. The fish are starting to get cooked. Renji, what are you doing?
Just looking for general supplies to either keep the campfire going or seeing if there's any tools around that are still usable.
Go ahead and roll investigation. Actually, no. I'm not going to have you roll investigation. I'm just going to tell you. In the barrel next to you is full of gold.
Holy sh...
Alright, well, that was a mistake. Anyway.
Did you do the barrel of fun thing?
Yeah, after Steph asked me what's in this barrel, and I was like, I don't fucking know. I made a table called Barrels of Fun.
Yeah.
Wow,
So how much gold is in this
deserve
barrel?
A reroll. I deserve a reroll for the last time.
Alright.
Hardtack is a perfectly fine thing to find in a barrel.
Yeah, hardtack is a normal thing. Anyway, you find some gold. I'm gonna say it's like half full of gold coins. I'll tell you the exact amount in a second. It's a different.
Holy cow!
It's a different table.
That's still a lot of gold, though.
You find, where is it? Gold pieces. 2. 100 gold pieces.
Dang.
It's more than you had before.
Correct. So you can add that to your character sheet. Okay, so you've all made this fire successfully. Everyone is kind of sitting around it, enjoying the thing. Galen, you watch as Jay drags the chest over and like, here you go, Mel. I got your chest. I got the box, and she just kind of like, thank you, Jay, and like puts her webbed hand on his face and pushes him away. And then, and then Jay comes up to Galen and is like, oh my god, she touched my face.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I mean, she is pretty hot.
Do you say this out loud?
No, that is, let me clarify, that is Sam, not Arachne.
Okay. Just checking. Alright.
You know me, I make monogamous and involved characters so that I don't hit on everything I think is hot.
Facts. Alright.
All my friends are hot.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Will this constitute as a short rest or a long rest?
Depending on how long you'll stay here, if it is a long rest, you'll be fine. If it's a short rest, that's fine too. But I think we'll put it to a group vote. Because if it's a long rest, you're staying here in this cave overnight.
I mean, I'm good with either thing.
I think some roleplay is in order before we go for a rest in either direction.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Alright, so you all get the fish. This siren/sea person, fish person, actually just takes one raw and just like with big pointy teeth.
So, who's going first?
This individual, this fish woman, Mel, looks around and Galen's a little shy, so I'll go first.
Who's Galen?
Right. William. Shit, sorry, buddy.
Renji rolls his eyes again.
Look, we didn't talk to people for like a year, okay? My name is Melusine, and I am, or was, a witch. And
Fascinating.
And in any other situation, Galen would have been a warlock in my service. There was some complications, and I had to take drastic action. So now we're both kind of at like a quarter tank of mana in terms of what we can do. And we have been hiding in the continent of Orthan, specifically in and around the coast, for about the last year and a half until we could return.
And Melusine's appearance made it more convenient to hide her presence and obfuscate who I was just by trying to use a name that we were using while I traveled around Orthan.
I also want to be clear, I do dehydrate if I spend enough time in the box.
Yeah, that was a curiosity there, so thank you.
Have you ever seen those phony mermaids that are like half monkey, half fish?
Hey Skanga, what would I roll to have seen some of those hoaxes in High Rock?
I'm gonna say history, and I will say with advantage, despite the level of exhaustion.
All the time.
So... Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen one or two in some very strange collections.
So the problem is that you've seen them, but they've been primarily like necromancy studies in which people are like, can I bring a dead thing that was sewn together back to life? If
you bring two halves sewn back together, do they come back as a new species?
Mm-hmm.
And it does not work that way.
Correct. It's just a weird graft.
It's just a weird graft, and it lives, many, many long and miserable minutes.
Correct. Yeah. So, when we wrecked, I guess, and the chest broke, and seawater got on me, I kind of sea monkeyed my way out of there, and ended up in this cave.
What were you doing in Orthan?
Hiding.
From what? From who?
At this point, Mel looks at you, Galen. Oh, shit. At this point, Mel looks at you, Galen.
Well, her appearance mainly. There is some, and then looking over at like Amphitrite and Renji, there is some truth to a lot of tales of sea witches and sea hags and sirens and everything. Some truth, some fiction. So it was just best to keep a low profile as much as possible.
That didn't answer my question.
Oh, well, the general public, hiding from people that might not understand what they see and react. Well,
primarily kept to the coast, uncommon certainly, but not necessarily calls for alarm. Am I mistaken? Looks to Jay, Amphitrite, people who are, probably more familiar with this than herself.
The question, correct me if I'm wrong, the question was, who are you hiding from? Or...
What are you hiding from? Pause. Who are you hiding from?
Right, okay. And Galen has answered with the general public.
Are you famous?
Rich, give me an insight.
I think that's disadvantage.
Why? Oh,
Isn't
because
it,
level exhaustion. Yes.
Yeah. Oop.
3. I'll let you answer this how you would want to.
So the question is, wait, who's famous?
So you guys, because...
Are you famous?
Yeah, because you are hiding from the general public, are you famous?
Oh. No, but I'm just saying people who aren't familiar, and then I gestured to Melusine. It's like...
Mel like puts her hand on your hand. It's like, don't sell yourself short, sweetheart. He's a little...
well...
We're a little famous.
Care to elaborate on that?
Can Renji roll insight to see how truthful this is?
Okay, so Renji roll insight. And then I'll say Renji and Amphitrite, you can both roll history. Okay. Oh shit! That's a nat 20.
What?
What the
Amphitrite!
Yeah!
What is it?
Fuck.
I think at some point I'm just gonna have Mel and Amphitrite go away from each other because every time Mel is involved, Amphitrite gets a nat 20.
Sounds like a positive.
It is very funny. Okay. Huh. Amphitrite, I need you to describe for me why you have heard of the sailing family known as the Wethbys, because they are a famous sailing house. And then Joe, if you haven't made that history check, I will allow you to make that check with advantage. Because you have heard of the Wethbys. Wow, that sucks. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so, Steph, I'll give you a second to think about it. Renji, you have heard of the Wethbys and why they are semi-famous. Your compatriots, Hadi and Millie, knew of them.
All right. Wait, has it actually been established his last name yet?
Who?
Galen. I don't think I've heard it spoken.
You haven't heard the name spoken, but what I'm trying to connect is you being like, this guy's dead, he was in hiding, I know the name Wethby, oh shit, ...
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you and Amphitrite are like, you're not collaborating exactly, but it's like a spontaneous moment between the two of you.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how Amphitrite knows this family on a nat 20. They are sailors, but more specifically, they train sailors, and much to the chagrin and not chagrin, that's not the right word, but like much to the sailors are a superstitious lot, and the Wethby family trains ship mages, deck wizards, and weather witches to serve aboard ships. So, you may have sailed with somebody who knew them. You may also have heard their name be cursed by your druid tribe, the Bayou.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I was thinking about that, and also because you mentioned like magic, because the only two what is it experience I have with people of magic, sunset, are Clementine and the Druidic tribe. So it could be something that Clementine said, but also like how long has she been on Skull Island? So I don't. Probably it would be the Druid tribe then that said something, but then also Renji would know just as much, if not more, than I would.
Renji would have heard the name in passing. I don't know, especially on a 9 history check with advantage. Damn. I think the name would have been spoken potentially a little bit, but that's also for Renji across the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Wethbees are not pirates, but many people who serve the Wethbees end up in piracy. Versus living on the continent of Yatha and being a pirate over there. You know what I mean?
Wait, I think I get it. Renji's racking his brain to figure this out, and I think Amphitrite says the name Wethby.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I said.
And then Renji's like, oh, the Wethbees.
Okay.
Okay. I'm curious as to, like, because now that I'm thinking about it, like, not that this is Steph talking more so than Amphitrite, because I wouldn't know about how Galen got shipwrecked the first time in terms of, like, even if I heard about it, Nras'shrk being involved, but Nras'shrk was involved. If I were to encounter other Fistrians, like in my travels with the Druid tribe or House Ane, would they have, like, would I have overheard maybe them talking about it because of the association?
Oh, shit. Okay, Rich, you call me out if this makes no fucking sense.
Go for it.
Okay. Amp. Steph. On a nat 20, the reason that you have heard of the Wethby family is that other Fistrians have come up to you to be like, Nras'shrk is recruiting sailors after the attack on the Trusty Anne to find the Wethby.
Oh. Okay.
So like, hey, you want to join up? We're getting a ship of sharks together. And you're just like, no, I have a job.
But also, like, I'd rather bite off my...
I fucking hate Nras'shrk and I don't want to associate with him ever. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, incredible. Holy shit.
Now let's put it together.
Alright. Okay, so, on a nat 20, you've heard of the Wethby family, and you put 2 and 2 together when it's like, are you famous? And it's like, well, don't sell yourself short. And you basically do the toddler thing of like, oh, you're that guy that got attacked.
Okay, so I say that, and I'm like, oh, I think we have a common enemy.
Holy shit, that's so funny.
And
Would that be fair? Like, I think we have a common enemy?
Yeah, I think if you say it, and then Renji, obviously, this triggers your memory, so on a 9, you're like, oh, shit.
Oh, you're that Wethby.
All right, Sam.
I will actually say, looking at Galen, I'll go, oh, you're the Wethby.
And Mel just kind of, like, nods. Not in, like, a patronizing way, but just then, like, yeah.
So wait, I'm curious. does the world at large think that Galen is dead or just missing, or what does the world like the general public, I guess, think about Galen?
The attack on the Trusty Anne was not a hugely publicized event, but it is one of those ones, especially now and continuing to be, that they are recruiting people. It is not general knowledge, but if you ask around enough in a port, you will get, like, yeah, I heard about it. I had a shipmate who served. The whole crew slaughtered. Not a man or woman alive. Fed him to the sharks.
So Galen is thought of as, like, dead.
Yeah, everyone in the Trusty Anne is dead. So for this guy to be a survivor of that attack is like, oh shit. Except, I think at this point you all kind of look and you realize, oh, he's hanging out with this fish woman. He didn't really survive.
So, I guess word travels a bit more than I remembered in the south. And what enemy would you be saying? Fistrian.
The Fistrian Nras'shrk. He's kind of been a dick since I was a child, like a little child. He's a prick.
Huh. A very... Not exactly the word that I would use in the present circumstances.
Yeah, he didn't try to kill me, so I guess that makes sense. But you know, he was a grown man who like went toe to toe with me as a 2-year-old. So I don't know. You know, seems on brand, I guess.
Nras'shrk is most accurately described as a monster. Says Mel. Sam, are you trying to do something with Jay?
No. Arachne is kind of just taking notes about what she can understand of this conversation. Wethby, Nras'shrk.
Okay. I think as you are taking these notes, Jay leans over to you, and I'm just gonna say Jay leans over, and you have a brilliant flash of inspiration as to what Jay is getting out of this situation. Because Jay just leans over and goes, "She's so hot, right?"
Arachne looks at Mel, looks at Jay, looks back at Mel, says, "Yes."
He's just kind of sitting and staring over the fire at her. He's just like,
She writes this down.
With a passive perception of 17, do I see him staring at her?
100%. Yes, he is making
Renji
zero.
rolls his eyes again.
Reggie does a lot
Careful,
of
they're
eye
gonna
rolling.
roll right out of your head, bestie.
Reggie does a lot of eye rolling in this
I was
campaign.
about to say they're gonna get stuck like that. Renji, do you have a condition?
No, Amphitrite, it's been a long day.
Yes, it's called All My Friends Are Dumb. Okay.
So this Nras'shrk person, terrible bully, may have been involved in something with the Wethby family. Catch me up here.
No, was.
Was.
Mel's like, was involved.
Okay, was involved.
He wasn't the only one.
After the event, I recovered Galen before he got too deep. And we've been on the run, avoiding Nras'shrk and the others until we felt strong enough to return.
Others? Who are the others?
Mel looks
So we've
at
been
you.
eating the whole time, right?
Yeah, you've been eating. There's like,
Okay.
I don't know that you have like utensils and shit, but there's like cooked fish and good berries and stuff.
Yeah, we're seasoning the fish with good berry juice.
Ooh, that's the good shit, actually. It's a nice.
We love it.
It's a saute, little sea salt.
Mm-hmm.
No, there was a good number more, and like I have like a cooked fish, and I start. Oh no!
I'm sorry he did it. I had to do
No,
it.
it's true. I did do it.
But and then I'm like, I start tossing bits of like fish bone. First, one of my own crewmen sabotaged our ship so we could get captured and betrayed our location. Tosses in a bone, rip tail, a rat. In both deed and action. And then there was other followers, but the main one is Captain Dreadmaw, though. Before we left, Melusine had heard that he's calling himself Admiral Dreadmaw.
The sea is a
he's
terrible
not-
gossip.
Sometimes helpful, sometimes not.
Does Renji recognize the name Dreadmaw?
Because you served, air quotes, you do recognize that name.
What emotion does that stir?
Fear. Oh shit. Thank you, Steph. Fear. God damn it. Hold on. Steph just reminded me I forgot to do appreciations again. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Mel. Hearing the name Dreadmaw conjures to mind fear, literal dread, obviously, and then also just foreboding. I'll say if you want something more specific, I'm going to ask for another history check.
I will do that.
Yep, a sense of fear and foreboding and instilling of dread. That is a 10 on a history check.
Okay.
He is the question was asked, are you famous? He is a famous pirate. It's like if somebody was like, do you know Blackbeard?
Oh, right.
So less famous and more infamous.
Correct, yes. That's fair.
I look at Galen and I say, you have some powerful enemies, Mr. Wethby.
Now, most definitely. But at that time, he was just your maybe slightly overly ambitious pirate of just one ship. But now we've heard that he has branched out and has a nice little fleet and has given out prizes to his various followers. So we felt that we were ready. Now we've been a little bit sidetracked to here. So once we get it here, I got a list and I'm gonna go through it.
Thank you. Arachne continues taking a few notes, writing down details about Riptail, the rat, who is also a rat, Nras'shrk, and his relationship to Amphitrite, and the dreaded Admiral Dreadmaw.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is anyone else going to go next, or am I going to volunteer?
I think it's just you right now.
Very well. My name is Arachne Potamia. I am a journalist from High Rock. My friend, Petrus Webb,
Hello.
Gestures to, to the tall other Hyrockian with glasses. Yeah. Are here investigating what is classified as an accidental death. But based on our research into this case, we think it's a murder. It is the murder of one Isek Cantos. He was a wizard of decent renown, planar studies, and there are several people who were never questioned about his death. One of whom, the one who I am most interested in talking to, is one Mr. Draxus Firebrand, also a wizard, who took off, take the word that you want, to Yatha about a year ago. And I'm looking to question him for more details about this death.
Why this death?
Mr. Cantos is one who I worked with and knew very well personally, and it's just very important to me that he receive justice.
Gotcha. All right.
Your turn. And gestures to Amph. What were you doing on the Jewel?
I worked for House Hane. It's a very short story.
That's it. You just work for the house, nothing in particular?
I mean, you want my entire life backstory?
Yeah. I mean that's a long time, and I don't know how long we have here, but whatever you're comfortable sharing.
It's only 8 years.
I was going to say, it's actually...
Oh, sweetie. You're only 8?
She's like, it's actually not that long.
Yeah.
Honey.
We Fistrians grow fast. We only have a lifespan of 25 years, so
gee.
We gotta grow up fast. Let's see. So I was born. I don't know my parents. I went to Skull Island, where I met my adoptive mother, Clementine, who's a cleric, and I've been looking for my parents. I guess
as a hobby.
As a hobby, it's I was with a druid tribe with Renji for several years, and now we work for House Hane. And if I find my parents, that'd be great. If not, I'm just living my life, I guess.
Arachne writes this down.
Are you writing a book about us?
Well, not about you all specifically, but I am a journalist.
All right. Renji, tag, you're it.
Oh. What was your name again?
Arachne.
Arachne...
Potamia.
Well, Miss Potamia. I am a humble agent of House Hane, and I don't... We should be focusing on our current circumstances and finding a way off this island.
I agree. And my follow-up question after we all continue sharing is, what can we all do to help each other? But that's the follow-up question.
You were referring to particular skills?
Jay,
Particular skills, anything you'd like us to keep an eye on, eye out for, etc., ear to the ground.
Jay raises his hand. I can cook.
Wonderful. Everyone loves the hand that feeds.
Well, my first recommendation, having been marooned on this island with all of you, is never go anywhere alone.
Couldn't agree more.
Keep an eye out for any tools or supplies that might be left here. This is clearly some kind of pirate or smuggler's cove, and there might be more things further in that are either helpful or dangerous.
Could not agree more. Or, Mr. Wethby, I have a question about your Strix.
God damn it!
Yes.
Can your Strix see in darkness, and would it potentially be able to communicate back with you if we sent it as a scout deeper into the cave?
Opens up character sheet.
I don't think it actually has dark vision.
Oh,
Nope.
damn.
May look like an owl, but it is not an owl.
Damn. All right. So, good starting off point. So, that is not necessarily going to help us. Interesting.
Wait. No, that's not what I meant. Hold on. No. Okay. Pip also does not have dark vision. That would have been fucking hilarious, though. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. Petrus actually stands up and goes, I can attempt to feel along some of the walls to see if there's anything that might be of service there. You saw the rope fly out over the ship to retrieve our companions here. I can do something similar.
Well, of course, Webb, but I wasn't going to just ask you to go ahead and do that. I wanted to give everyone the opportunity to, work together.
Doesn't Petra still have the torch?
Yeah, he put it away because the campfire's on, but yes.
Right, yeah.
Can Mel see in the dark? Yes, Mel
Does
can see in the
anyone
dark.
Does anyone have anything better than Petrus using his hands?
I can go check out, see what's back there. If anyone wants to come along, I can see pretty well in the dark.
Well,
As do I.
Happy to join you.
okay, so I will say then that this was a short rest, not a long rest. If we're intending to go back into the cave.
I would like to cast Song of Rest.
Okay, go
Or
ahead.
use Song of Rest, or whatever that is technically called. All right. Song of Rest. Yeah, put that in chat. You can use your soothing music or oration to help it revitalize wounded allies during a short rest. If you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points by spending hit dice at the end of the short rest, each of those creatures gains an additional 1d6 HP.
Why did it not actually roll hit dice? Oh, there's a button. Okay. Oh, sweet. Okay. Mel did not
So
need
I
it.
didn't regain it. I regained nothing. I don't know why. I didn't
Okay,
regain
so
anything.
sorry. When the short rest menu comes up, you actually have to hit the button next to the die in order to roll a short rest hit point. That was my mistake as well.
Oh, the little button that looks like a 20-sided?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, okay.
And it auto-heals you, which is nice.
And you also get a bonus d6.
Yeah.
From Song of Rest, baby.
Instead of... Yeah, okay. So Steph recovers another 6 hit points. That's really nice.
Love it.
Oh, Rich is just spending all of his hit dice.
That's
You're
fair.
damn straight.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
You don't really need to. You're at 38. Oh, okay, you spend
Oh.
I just want to be at full because I don't know what the fuck we're walking into, and I'm dumb.
All right.
And
Yo,
how do I
fair.
how do I do the extra d6? Click on the.
Just roll 1d6. 2. And you
Every
should
little
be
bit
able-
helps.
You should be able to add it to your hit points. Yeah, you do not recover the exhaustion on a short rest.
Boo. But fair.
Okay. You all begin to head deeper into the cave. Jay and Mel are just like, we're gonna sit here and watch the fire, thanks. Petrus at the time will also, will pass the torch to Arachne.
Arachne is going to give a thumbs up to Jay to give him a useless bardic inspiration.
Are you actually gonna give him Bardic?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Get it, son?
All right, let's fucking go. That's so
I remembered
funny.
I was a bard. I am going to use this for shenanigans.
I'm not gonna count that as a usage. I'm just gonna give him that
Yeah.
one for free. That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
All right, Arachne, you have the torch now.
All right.
Renji's going to gesture at Amphitrite as in silent gestures, like, "Are you coming?"
Absolutely.
Strix is coming? Okay, great. God damn it!
It's so good.
It's so good.
You're going to
I'm,
get so much mileage out of
I'm
that.
banning that sound effect.
Web, are you coming?
I shall remain here temporarily. There's something I want to ask Jay.
Fair enough.
There's not, but Steve's not here yet.
I know. Miss Amphitrite, I have pretty decent night vision. How is your vision?
2020.
If I were to put out this torch, how okay would you be?
It would be dark.
Would you still be able to see?
I don't think so. No.
You should hold the torch then.
Correct, you do not have
All right.
dark vision.
Yeah, it's not indicated on my sheet, so I don't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you should hold this.
Okay. I guess Amphitrite takes it.
Alright. I can't believe the fucking Strix doesn't have dark vision. That seems like an oversight.
Yeah, that feels
It does.
incorrect. All right. North or east?
Process of elimination. Go clockwise.
Alright, you guys make your way through this cave.
All right. Chest.
That looks like a
is this
pile of
water?
gold.
Eric, is this water?
No, it's just cracked.
All right. So we have gold. We have a.
What did I do?
You
it was-
clicked
it was-
on the chest, which is what you're supposed to do, because it glows.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, go ahead and give me... Yeah, okay. So it's asked for a sleight of hand check, so you can click that dice in the sidebar to see if you can open it. You cannot, unfortunately.
Can I try to break it open?
Um,
I could use athletics, right? Or strain.
sure. Go ahead.
What do you want?
We'll check just a strength ability check.
Alright. That was
Nice.
better.
Okay, that's a 17. I am going to say, however, that the poison dart trap goes off and you take 1d4 poison damage.
Great.
Oop. You take 1 poison damage as the thing goes off.
Alright. I'll take it, considering I rolled 2 and you rolled 1. I'll take your...
Oh,
Just
okay.
shrugs it off.
Alright, that chest is no longer active.
Do you mind bringing the light over here? I want to get a better look at this statue.
Totally. You just...
Please and
exit out
thank
of
you.
there. Wait, where are you? Oh, you're far away. I walked through the chest.
Yeah, it's not real.
Yeah. All right. So,
Like it?
I'm going to investigate it first.
Because it's glowing.
Yeah. And Skanga, would you argue that with the light to get a closer look and a better examine, I can roll that at a flat?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. This is not in Orenthian Draconic, whatever this says.
That is correct, yes.
That is not Orenthian Draconic. Jeez, I am out of my depth.
So, you go up to this statue. There's a statue of some sort of draconic guardian, and you see the inscription. And while the inscription is in some form of draconic, you specifically cannot read it.
Yep. This is a completely different dialect. Shit.
Does Renji recognize it?
Do you speak draconic?
He does.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I love when the details that we've worked out over time come together.
So this is Yothan Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
They have a different dialect in Yasa.
Yeah, I've only been to the Orthan Coast a couple of times and heard a bit. We do speak it a bit differently compared to from people I've heard in Orthan.
You and I must talk more. Specifically in Draconic, if that was not clear.
Renji, you recite the words at the bottom of the statue and uncover a secret piratical hoard. Oh, what did you actually get out of that chest? Oh, it didn't roll the thing I needed it to. That's unfortunate. We'll do a total at the end.
Yeah.
By knowledge paid for riddles wrought, I open thee, I open thee. By bones bound, by honor taken, I open thee, I open thee. For life eternal and liberty gained, to sleep and dream as kings we've reigned, I open thee, I open thee.
Is this
Oh
a
my.
trap?
It might be.
Well, go ahead and roll me insight or investigation.
I'll do an insight check.
Jesus Christ,
you.
Joe. Oh, that's a nat 20 and a 4. Fuck you. Alright, Renji, you glance in and you're immediately like, oh, not only is this not a trap, nobody knew that this shit was here. Because this is an all too common occurrence. Archipelago pirates are like fucking squirrels. They put their loot places and then they forget where they put it because they're all really bad at drawing maps.
Or they die before they can come back
and get it. Yeah, so between the stuff at the front, the two dead guys in the thing, in the pool with the water weird, and this thing back here, you think that this is a forgotten piratical treasure.
Oh my. Well, I think it's safe.
Sea scum always losing their stuff.
Alright, how many of these chests do you reckon are trapped?
Potentially none if that was the main gate to get in.
Touche. I'm going to risk it. Sleight of hand check. I'm going to use one of my perma inspiration to roll this flat.
Yeah, go ahead. Alright, you got it.
Alright.
You get, let's see, 120 gold pieces.
I'll take it.
Wait, did I get something from the other chest?
Oh, yeah, it just, because you did it a different way other than the way that it was intended, it didn't give you a reward. I'll give you a reward in a second once we tally everything up here.
I can't wait to play Dungeons and Spreadsheets.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright,
Oh, Lord.
Renji does the thing. Renji, there's a lamp on the floor. You go and you rub it.
I touch it.
You touch it, and the very least, and a billowing puddle of seawater just spreads on the floor, and this guy cracks his back and he goes, "Oh, 10,000 years can give you such a crick in the neck."
Do I know what this is?
You can go ahead and roll Arcana for me.
That's not one of my strong suits. I don't know what the fuck this thing is.
You're like, oh,
I'm trained in Arcana. Can I
yes.
come over, we put our heads together, and he roll that again at advantage?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright. So, I've heard of this in several books, especially common in Nras'shrk, that some entities can be bound to objects. Now, this looks like an example of this. Typically, the type are of a Jinn persuasion elemental in origin. This one looks to be of a water-based entity. So let's think about this. Let's talk about this and take some advantage. Or pardon me, take a reroll, I guess.
Is it a reroll or is it advantage?
That's up to the DM.
I was going to say, because you have already rolled a check, I'm just going to say roll another flat one. That's an 8.
Boo!
Renji,
I think I know a little bit about like primordial stuff. Like, is this a water elemental?
Because you know a little bit about that, and you do hail from Yatha, what I will say is that you personally, everybody would be more familiar with the concept of an Ifrit, which is a fire genie. This is a, how the fuck do you pronounce it? A Marid, which is a water genie.
So it's like, I actually speak to the spirit in front of me. Are you an elemental?
He kind of gestures around. It's like, well, I wouldn't call myself that. I would call myself hell of a time. But yes, I hail from the elemental plane of water. Wonderful. It's wonderful to see all of you. You'll make Such fabulous playthings. God, I was getting quite cramped in that lamp.
You want to rephrase that a little bit?
No, I do not. I am very much on my way to reclaim my power and dominion, and I need a place to start. And why not start with you guys?
Ooh, don't like that.
All right, listen.
Immediate insight check on this guy's motivations.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck.
Wow, is that a nat 1? No, it's a 2. Okay. Yeah, 8. Renji, because you are familiar with elementals and, like, the spirits of Yatha and stuff, most genies and most elementals want something specific. Marids are kind of like highborn noble types who collect things and are very vain and proud of themselves. Like, yeah, he'll keep you as slaves, but he'll probably keep you as slaves to, like, fan him and feed him grapes and stuff. Which isn't great, but...
I'm guessing you want something from us.
He leans down, like, very close to your ears and is like, well, now that you mention it, normally I would have immediately enslaved you. However, you did rub the lamp, so you get 1.
1 what?
Genie, lamp, you got 1 wish, kid. And it can't be, like, anything crazy. Alright? I'm tapped out after spending too many years in that lamp, so I'm not going to just, like, make you a prince or anything like that.
This seems oddly familiar.
I need to assure you, Steph, that I did not plan this. I just saw the lamp in the thing and was like, this is going to be hilarious.
And, you know,
Renji's-
well timed.
Renji's thinking deeply to himself in this current situation. Can you make us a ship to get off the island?
A ship, sure, that's no problem.
And I look to Arachne and I look to Galen and I go, like, the shrugging gesture of, like, eh?
Arachne gives like a look and puts a finger up like, wait. And says, in Arinthian Draconic, we may finesse situation.
Wait, say that again?
Kind of now gesturing to, you know, and going one at a time. We kind of pointing to the 4 of them, like, can, like, to do a finesse wiggles her fingers. Gestures, you know, kind of points with her eyes. Yeah, situation.
TikTok, I don't have all day.
Then I gesture to Arachne. It's like, proceed.
You don't have all day. However, we need to discuss as a group, we are a crew after all, what is going to be the most beneficial for the most of us. So, we'll be back.
Are you serious?
Well, what? Are you telling me you can just pull a ship out of thin air? That's crazy talk.
Yes, obviously I can pull a ship out of thin air. That's
I'll believe it when I see it, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on. No. Let's hold on. Where?
You ain't never had a bard like me.
Oh. What's... Okay. I need you to roll deception or performance.
Ooh.
Can I give her help? The help, like...
You can
I give her the help
whatever.
action.
Yeah, because Renji is closely doing this right now, I'll say Renji's giving the help action, but the help action is granted, Steph, yes.
So, is it advantage?
It's flat, because you're exhausted.
Damn. Dice want a story? I've read this book, baby!
Alright, that's fucking hilarious.
Like...
Alright, give me a second. That's really funny.
I'm such a jackass.
No, but it is very funny.
Damn.
It's almost like you've seen the movie.
Yeah, I've read this book. I'm very aware of this.
Okay. In an incredible turn of events, Renji, what's your passive perception?
17.
17. Okay. On a 17, you just hear a sound like a gigantic splash outside of the cave, and you just hear Jay go, "Holy shit!" It's like, because
You want a boat? I'll show you a fucking boat.
I'll show you. It's like, there's your ship. What more do I need to prove?
Listen, it's not a matter of you being able to prove or disprove. It's a matter of we still have the entire cave to explore. And I promise you, on my honor as a journalist, that we will come back here, grab you when we leave.
Arachne, I need you to make an insight check.
All right. He's probably pissed.
Renji's actually going to ask the Merid, "Are you trapped in that thing?" Pointing to the lamp.
Well, I was. You've released me.
Oh. So you're just free to go about your business then?
Yes, as a favor, I'm willing to grant you your wish.
Oh. Okay.
And then I'm going to go resume... I'm going to attempt to find my way back to the elemental plane. The material plane is such a drag, you know.
You've been in that lamp for 10,000 years?
Yes.
Wow.
How'd you get trapped in there?
You know, it's a long story, and I don't really have time to tell it all. Oh, what the heck. I need everyone to give me Constitution saving throws.
Oh no.
Arachne, I still need a insight check from you.
Oh. Did not realize I was still making the insight check. My bad. Disadvantage still?
Yes, please.
No one's helping me? Okay.
What? What? Is that a nat 20?
Two nat 20s.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, okay.
Statistically, 1 in 400.
Ugh.
That's a nat 20 Constitution saving throw.
God
Hell
damn
yeah.
it. Okay. That's 12. Okay, great. Okay. And a 13. Okay. So... Okay. I'm gonna resolve this correctly. Because I think what your Constitution saving throws reflect would not happen based on the nat 20 insight check from Arachne. Because what happens is you say, "I'm a journalist," and his pudgy fish eyes flicker to you, and you can just see them light up as he goes, "A journalist, a teller of tales. Fascinating." And
Do you have tales to tell that need to be told?
Okay, so the opposite of the thing that I was going to say happens, in which the Merid begins to launch in to the most long, convoluted, and boring story that you have ever heard, and everyone except Renji falls asleep.
You know, I disagree. I would like to be enthusiastically taking notes.
The DC was a 15. You got a 13.
Damn. I'm trying really hard to stay awake, but I am taking notes.
All right, here's...
Renji actually pulls out his own journal. Actually, no, he takes their journal and he just like, oh, well, she doesn't want these notes unfinished.
Okay, Sam, I'm going to have you re-roll the Constitution saving throw. I'm going to have you roll it at advantage, and Joe, I'm going to need you to push the button.
Wait, which button?
The Strix button.
Oh, no!
That's bullshit. The Strix just keeps yelling in your ear to keep you guys awake.
I'm like, thank you. Like, I'm loving this. This is what I wanted.
Alright, goddammit, Joe, shut up. Okay, holy shit. That's okay. Let's see. You two fall asleep. Where is it? Sleeping. That's really funny. And
anytime he takes a pause for breath, and Arachne starts to fall asleep, and the Strix goes, ah! Yeah, Arachne says, and then what happened?
Yep. Okay.
And then what happened?
Incredible. Alright, so after, like, an hour of this, he's, like, stretches, like, oh, God, I haven't been able to talk to anybody in so long. Listen, I'll give you a second wish. You know what I mean? I think that the ship, when we actually get around to it, was kind of like a little, oh, look what I can do. But I'll give you a second wish for sitting and listening. You will make a fantastic chronicler for me in my palace.
You know, I love chronicling. I love telling stories. I love sharing stories. I think I have a little bit of... I think you need a few more adverbs, but this is already working out to be a wonderful manuscript.
Fantastic. Hello, Steve.
Hello.
There's a genie.
Ah.
There's a genie.
Shut the fuck up.
I love it. It's perfect. Never stop.
But you are stuck with Jay because Jay needs babysitter, I guess.
That's
But
fine.
I believe Jay ran outside the cave mouth to go see something.
No, he didn't leave. You can see the ship from the mouth of the cave.
Oh, damn.
Anyway. Okay.
My temperament is well suited for babysitting, don't worry.
Incredible. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
your name, please.
Great question. I don't know. It's been 10,000 years and I haven't really spoken about it.
Well,
Which...
when you're ready to share, it's important to me that we cite this wonderful tale, this incredible adventure, to the proper source. I'm responsible, after all.
Okay, so I misspelled Marid and I wrote Marty, and...
Marty?
Marty the nerd.
And the name Marty is primarily a female name of French origin that means Tuesday. Because Mardi
Oh,
Gras.
M-A-R-D-I.
Yeah, so I tried to spell M-A-R-I-D, and I spelled M-A-R-D-I. So this is Mari the Madrid, the Marid.
Marty the Madrid?
Marty. It's Marty.
I'm gonna whisper into Arachne's ear. One of the wishes we should use should be actually in his favor. We'll gain his favor in the long run if we ever see him again. Also, less likely to screw us over.
Question, was that in Yothan Draconic?
That was no, because we've made it clear that you don't. I would be speaking that in just common but low volume.
I'm gonna say, actually...
Agreed.
No, never mind.
Yeah. And Arachne just kind of like quietly nods in agreement, taking down the name Mardi and making sure that I spell that correctly. M-A-R-D-I, yes?
Unlike our game master.
Shut the fuck up. I'm taking away your inspiration.
You can't. That was granted last session.
You're asleep.
You're a towel.
You're a towel.
We're children. We're children.
Okay. Marty the Madrid does not pay attention to you as you are having this conversation. So whatever you said is fine.
Okay.
Okay, totally good. All right.
Also, he this is real dumb. He only has a passive perception of 13.
Nice.
Oh, damn. Okay.
All right. So, turns around to look at Galen and Amphitrite, who are dead asleep. Like, I think we need to finish collecting what we can from here that's going to be useful. I'm seeing a lot of scrolls on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe they would just leave a scroll on the ground like that. Marty, can you believe these people?
You know, I
Leaving
really...
scrolls on the ground like this.
I really can't. I don't even have context for where I am right now.
We are in the northern part of the Southern Archipelago, as far as I understand it.
It has been 10,000 years. I don't know what that means or where we are, but I'm going to give you your second wish, and then I'm going to get out of here.
Is there anything you want, Marty?
Yeah.
I would like to keep all of you as slaves.
That one's not going to fly.
Okay, then we're moving on from that part of the conversation.
Yes.
I would like to go home, which I can do by myself.
So you're not bound to that object.
No, I was stuck in there. Wizards have a nasty habit of putting people in things.
What wizard put you in there?
You know, again, it's been 10,000 years. Details are kind of hazy. I'm not, like, hell-bent on a revenge quester for him or anything.
Fair enough. Okay.
But
he was a man. Okay.
I just kind of, like, sat and contemplated my existence for a while, and then kind of just went to sleep.
Eric, if I may, I would like to call back to the first session that you hosted for me.
Okay.
Mr. Marty.
Yes.
And he's looking at Renji's thinking, he's like, I was the one who summoned this, and we got the boat. Mr. Marty, may you please bless my blade.
Ooh.
Remember that one?
No, but okay.
You had the celestial dragon, and my character asked you to bless the Naginata. The very first one-shot session you did for us in California.
Oh, in person?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, super don't remember that, but that's cool as fuck. Which is not a fault of your part. I'm pretty sure I have long COVID memory loss or some shit.
Yeah, I mean,
but like
that's also 9 years ago, buddy.
I know, but I thought this would be an epic callback.
Don't blame COVID.
Don't
blame COVID.
Alright, I just have shitty memory. Anyway, Joe, I am honored and touched that you remember something like that, because it means a lot to me. Are you asking for a specific blessing in this moment? Or just, will you bless my blade?
Will you bless my blade?
Okay. So then what I will say is that the Marid looks at you and says, yes, I think I can do that. And he taps it. Oh, yes! Okay, I know exactly what happens. He touches the blade of your sword, and for a moment, it, like, warps and twists like water before re-solidifying back into a blade. And he says, this blade can now be activated with a word. When you do so, you shall bear the strength of the tides. Now you're gonna make me go to fucking Pinterest.
Oh, I love it though. It's so good.
Anyway, yes, that's it. So he touches it. Your blade, I will send you the stats for it in a second. Let me see if I can find them. But yeah, he touches your sword. I'll post this for everybody to see, and then I will read it in the chat.
Thank you, Marty, the magnanimous Marid.
Okay.
And Renji says that earnestly.
Yeah, okay. So he gives you sword. This sword is effortless to wield. The flow of its attack guides you as much as you guide it. Unlike other swords, it has the following properties. You gain proficiency with it. It may be used as a finesse weapon, and there is no penalty when fighting underwater. 3 times a day.
Hell yeah.
3 times a day, as a bonus action, you can cause the blade to liquefy into water and extend in length. For 4 rounds, it gains the following properties. It changes the damage type to cold. It has a 10-foot range. And it has the thrown property and will return to your hand after being thrown. So that is what your sword can do now.
Damn, thank you.
That was
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking cool. I'll give you that one. All right. Having granted this second wish, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do this again now. Perfect. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Nope. What? Nope. Damn it. There's too many buttons.
Marty's checking his Chris cell and it's like, oh man, I got no signal in here.
Man, I can't do shit in here. Okay, I think that's it. There we go. And with that, Marty disappears.
Nice.
Okay, phew, that worked. Alright. Holy shit, Joe, that was cool as fuck.
That was so rad.
And I was like, I have the sword for this.
I just like, wait. Perfect opportunity to make that first session callback.
God. Alright.
Just be glad I don't have the pants spell.
Yeah. Alright, you guys wake up from being asleep.
Wow, was that boring?
It was not it was very boring. Who am I kidding? But
That was not. Yeah, it was pretty boring.
That was pretty bad.
but you know what we got out of that? A great bedtime story. You'll all be fast asleep in no time, I'm sure.
They should come out fully rested from that.
Honestly, yeah.
Are they still prone?
I mean,
Yeah, they're
Yeah, I
still
think
showing
so.
around.
Oh, that's silly.
all right. So, do we go through the rest of these chests?
Absolutely.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess let's see what else is in here.
So, DM,
Mhm.
how many of these books are actual books that I can take?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. Does anyone want to help me?
I will help.
Thanks, bestie. Normal.
Were they
11.
all put on
Uh,
already?
No.
No, I'm just gonna do this one as one big thing. And be
Oh.
like, you get this much fucking money. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Okay, group inventory thing.
Yeah, rather than individuals.
Then so and so.
Yeah.
All right. So put in. I'm gonna just put this in the library actions for how much Arachne got.
All right. You guys get
Oh.
2,200 gold accumulated from in here.
Plus the
Oh.
120 that Arachne already found?
Yeah.
Yeah, plus that. So 2,320 gold.
Mm-hmm. The books are mostly what look like pulp novels from some
Taking him anyway.
from some author named Bora. It's weird.
Wait. Bora? The Bora? Oh my god, she's one of my favorite romance novelists. Yes, I'm taking those.
Okay, great.
Yeah, 100%. Which of Bora's wonderful titles are these?
There's the big one of, obviously, the bestseller, the one you already have a signed copy of, which is The Swordsman and the Knoll.
Oh my god, it's signed!
No, you have a signed copy of it. Like, I'm saying,
okay.
you are a big fan, you have a copy of this already, but this one is the limited edition one.
Oh my god, the one with the typo?
Exactly.
On page 17? Oh my god!
There's The Swordsman and the Knoll. There is, Till Death Do Us Party, which is about undead people falling in love.
Love it.
And then there is, oh my god, Once Upon a Moonlight Dreary, which is a werewolf romance novel.
Love it.
And
incredible.
I'm incredibly proud of myself because I just came up with all those right now.
Thank you so much.
Steve, if you're talking, we can't hear you. I think your mic's muted, buddy. Sorry.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I was saying that was impressive.
Thank you. Till Death Do Us Party, I might actually have to write out as an adventure now.
Arachne is just so thrilled that book club can continue.
Okay. So you've collected all the things in here. There's some books. The scroll just looks like articles of piracy from the crew that left this stuff here.
Taking it.
Alright. His name, or the pirate captain's name.
So that staff over there in the corner.
That staff in the corner.
By Galen.
That is a staff, it looks like.
Yeah.
God damn it, why can't I just roll this? Alright. The captain's name was Whistling Waves. And these are his, crew's article of piracy. So, who gets what, how loot is distributed, the various officers aboard the ship, etc., etc.
Taking it.
Alright. You can add...
Is there any other unique loot in here that isn't just gold?
There's a little statuette, but other than that, not really.
Okay.
What's the crystal ball?
It's a crystal ball. Do you want it?
Does it have any special properties?
It's a spellcasting focus.
All right, I'll take it.
All right. Hold on. Let me go grab
Big
it.
shiny glass ball.
Let's be real. We're taking everything not nailed down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Which I will,
Yeah.
when this is done, go back and add to the thing.
Okay.
Let's see. Great. Amp, you have an orb now.
Ponder it.
Ponder
Ponder
it.
the orb.
Ponder that shit.
Rich, if you're picking...
I think all of my characters need something of that sort. Didn't Sapphire have the?
You pondered the egg. Now we
Yeah.
ponder the orb.
orb. All right. Rich, would you like the staff? All right. Adding the staff. There you go.
There you go, buddy.
I'm
Have a
leaving with
steak.
something.
All right. You guys can continue on your journey. I'll say Petrus at this time. If you would like to join everybody, you can. Meet them halfway up the tunnel.
Yes, certainly.
You did pass the torch to Amphitrite.
Gotcha.
Just looking back at Arachne, well, that was unexpected.
Yes. Pleasantly unexpected, however. And you know what? I bet we can workshop the tales of Marty, the magnanimous Madrid, into Madrid, into, a decent selection of tales.
Little embellishment here and there to make it a little more interesting.
Yeah, no, like I said, needed more adverbs.
Yes, I agree. I barely got through that.
Yeah, the problem wasn't the story, the content of what he was telling himself. It's just not everyone is, a natural born storyteller. There's a lot to do with the pacing and all that jazz. Yeah. Webb.
Petrus, it's you.
What? Oh, wait.
Webb. Yeah.
What did you call me?
It's like, yes, you'll never guess what was in there.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm still stuck on what you called me. What did you call me?
Webb. I
Oh
always
my
call you
God.
Webb.
You look exhausted.
You'd be surprised how I'm not saying Jay is terrible company, but we've been through a lot, and it's finally catching up with me. What did you find?
Like, Bora novels. Book club can continue.
Oh,
Yeah.
here?
It's like, yes, the Swordsman and the Knoll. It's the first edition with the typo on page 17.
How did they? What did Smuggler's Cat
I mean,
write?
we're not terribly far from Orphan.
Who's this Bora you speak of?
Bora is a novelist up on the Corinthian continent. She's from the West, and she has quite a knack for terrible romance novels that are just so delightful. They're my guilty pleasure.
Oh,
Okay, but like the only terrible part about these books are the romance portions. Everything else is fantastic.
Oh, correct. Yes, it's more that the premises are just completely ridiculous. Again, the Swordsman and the Knoll, absolute nonsense. And it's this whirlwind, very tense enemies to lovers. We love to see it. But again, her writing is so good.
Did you find any swords?
That is a question for the DM. Did we find any swords?
I don't think there are any swords in there.
I'm like, unfortunately, no.
So
oh, well, this Bora sounds interesting. The head of House Hane loves romance novels.
Ooh, good to know.
Well, if we get to Yatha, no, not if. When we arrive in Yatha, these would make a wonderful gift, especially, again, first edition, typo on page 17, famous.
Can't wait till that becomes a major plot point where you bargain for your freedom by offering the typo book.
You never know.
Listen, stranger things have happened.
We just have to not wreck this ship.
Guard this with our lives. Alright, so we found more things here. Is there anything,
Well, that was only down the first path.
Renji is actually going to make a beeline for the exit of the cave because he wants to see the ship.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, smart. Make sure that that Marty did not take it with him.
There's just a note that says, "Ha, suckers."
It's a giant paper mache boat that just says "Ha suckers" and then it sinks immediately. That son of a bitch. Well, I guess he wasn't lying. We have a way off the island now.
that's a definite plus.
Fellow of his word.
I
Fantastic.
mean, do we want to see what the rest of the cave has to offer before we go? Because, I mean, I'm not counting on us being that lucky twice, but...
I'm inclined to agree, but I still want to get a look. Was there anything on those corpses that could help us out?
The ones you looked at, Renji.
Oh, there was just a journal in there. It didn't seem particularly relevant to the current situation that we're in.
Fair enough. Well, I think if nothing else, it's worth a cursory glance down those other two paths.
Renji will not actually go with you. He's going to stay on the boat because he's like, I'm not letting this fucking boat out of my sight. We're getting off this goddamn island.
And let this get away.
Alright, interesting.
Okay. And... Ooh. So
What is that?
Yeah, something wants to be clicked on, I think. But I don't want to do it because that's a trap.
I'll do it.
Oh boy.
It won't let me click it.
Yeah, I can't see what's over there, but
What?
sounds interesting.
Eric, what do we see?
What?
What?
Why is that an error?
Strong branches block your way. Strength
It's just
ability
way
check.
too strong.
Why is that an error? Alright. Unfortunately, Amphitrite, you do not break through the branches because it's a 12 check and you only got a 10.
Inspiration.
You can use your inspiration? Okay.
That'll work.
That's an 18. You break it. All right.
That's what we love to see.
So why? There we go.
Uh-oh.
That's better.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh boy.
You break the branches and suddenly something comes stumbling out of the cave in the back. Everybody has already rolled initiative because I set that up like this.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh.
So,
This looks like
Renji's
we're doing a
instincts
very
were correct,
dangerous tango.
unfortunately.
all right, Renji, you are first, but you are not here.
Oh, did it actually roll with advantage?
Yeah, it has
Oh, it
to.
did, yeah.
Yeah, it has to. Because it's set up for you
So
to do
I
that.
I am too far away to notice or hear anything. I am staying on the boat.
Correct, which means that we will go to the next initiative, which is Galen.
So we can actually see this.
Uh,
Well, at least in shades of gray, I guess.
correct, yes. Now the torch is out. So you break these branches like, oh, maybe there's a pass through here, and instead, this big towering monstrosity comes stumbling out of the cave. It's got a cannon as one arm, wrapped around with like octopus tentacles, a big anglerfish style mouth, and then a crab claw arm. Alright, so, Galen, it's your turn. Petrus, you are on deck.
What the fuck?
Let's see.
Running? Running.
Ooh, a cursed act. Okay. While cursed, the creature takes psychic damage once per turn equal to a d8 plus your spellcasting modifier whenever it attacks or casts a spell. Okay. If it doesn't attack or cast a spell, it can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn, ending the effect on a success. Oh, shit. Okay. So it has to make a wisdom saving throw. That's a 17. It passes.
Oh, well.
Damn. Okay. Alright, any other actions from you?
No, that's it.
Alright, Petrus, it's your turn.
Cool. 10. Have I been able to take a short rest or no?
Yes, everyone took a short rest.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I do have bomb.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, oh, fuck. And I'm gonna be chucking 2.
Okay, go ahead.
Dual wield, 1 in each hand, and...
That's a hit.
Oh, that is a nat 20. No, that's not a nat 20.
Oh, it's an 18. Damn, it's so close.
So close. I saw above 20 and I got excited. 10 fire.
Does take that damage, yep.
And the offhand with a bonus action. 19.
That's a hit. And that's
13 damage. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Petrus, you whoom, whoom, double lob these bombs, and they blow up in the thing's face, and it goes and like tries to move the fire away from it.
I really hope I didn't mess up any chances of diplomacy we had.
It like stamps its foot down and goes. It's like,
I'll take that as a no.
it is this thing's turn, however.
Right.
Oh, fuck.
You are immediately there. So it's going to rush forward at you, and it is going to... Does it have multi-attack? It do! Oh! Sorry. Before running at you, it chunk puts the cannon out forward. That is a hit. You take 8 damage as a cannonball, boom, comes out towards you. So it's going to take 1d8 damage plus what, Rich?
Oh, no, it passed.
Oh, that's right, it passed. Damn.
Yeah.
Almost gave you damage you didn't earn. All right. So you take that 8 damage, and then it is going to rush forward and hit Petrus with its crab claw. Wow, that's a critical miss. God damn.
Woohoo!
Cool animation. All right. Arachne, that is your turn. Amphitrite, you are on deck.
All right. I think we should run. Right? So, action to disengage because I'm definitely in range. I'm in this thing's area of effectiveness. Back up 30. And bonus action, insult it. I've got one move and I'm going to do it.
By God.
All right. Needs to beat a DC 13.
Okay. Why doesn't it work the way I think it does? I need to go back and fix that. All right. That's a 19. Damn, this thing has shit stats and has just been rolling well.
I do not like that.
All right, so you attempt to insult it, and it does understand languages, but is not insulted.
Like, well, that's me. I have. All
right.
I have. Yep. Done my thing.
Amphitrite, it is your turn. Renji, you're on deck. Literally.
Oh my god, that was bad. Opposite of inspiration for you.
No. You don't get to do that.
So I'm gonna do what I do best and do Titanic Aspect.
Okay, go ahead.
Obviously. Did that do it?
Yep, gotcha.
Okay, did it? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to, is there, let me see, I'm going to move next to it. I'm going to do Frantic Bite.
Okay.
So
make sure you're targeting it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Frantic Bite. And attack.
That's a miss.
Shit.
You got a 12 and has an AC of 13.
Because I did
Frantic Bite.
Because I did move, I'm gonna do, because I did move and I did attack, I'm gonna do Quaking Tremors.
Okay, so that's a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Why doesn't it work the way I think it does?
Yeah, I don't know. It just keeps doing that, which is a cool effect. I just don't know what's going on.
That is a 12. Oh, it's the DC 15, so it is knocked prone.
Cool. Alright, well, Renji sorry, but whoever Galen, hopefully that'll help you.
That's
Now I have to make a saving throw too, right?
It's creatures.
Creature within 5 feet.
It is creatures within 5 feet, but I think we'll call it there for now. Because otherwise, every time Amp uses that, you guys are just going to go down. Alright. There's also something we'll come back to later. Alright. Amp, you move to... Actually, I don't think you can stand where you're standing right now, because you're standing in the same space as it. So you're here.
Well, the thing is that okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Cool. Am I the same size as it? No.
Yeah, you're both large.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is there anything else from you?
No, I don't think there's anything else I can do. I'm not going to move out of its threatened area because that would be dumb, and I don't have a reaction myself because I used it, so I'm out.
The bite only works if you... when you successfully hit a creature. Okay. Alright, Renji, it's your turn.
Yeah, but also it has to be... But also, like, I already used my bonus action to do Titanic Aspect, so
Right.
even if I had done it, I can't disengage unless it's bigger than me.
Okay. Renji, it's your turn. Galen, you're on deck. I don't think there's anything Renji can do from the ship.
Just send good vibes, dude.
Make a perception check to see if you hear the commotion.
Yeah.
I think that's the best you got.
It's a big one. Is that? No. It's a 19. So close. Yeah, 27. I said a 17 before. Jay heard you yelling. You hear this thing roaring. Joe, if you're speaking, we can't hear you right now.
Oh, okay, well.
All right, now we can. That was weird.
There we go.
All right, well, he hears that, so dash action.
Dash, dash, dash.
All right, and that's all I can do.
And Jay's just like, what the fuck was that? All right, Galen, it's your turn. Petrus, you're on deck.
Go.
All right. Let's zoom out a little bit more. Do like that. We're still targeting him. And we'll go with...
All right, what do we got? Disorient. Oh, shit. All right. Constitution save. Ooh. No, I don't think that matters. That's a 3. It fails.
Yeah.
All right. So it's prone
Yeah.
and let's see. Do I have an effect? It is cursed. Perfect. Okay. That's incredible. So it has to subtract a d6 every time. Wow. Oh, before the end of your next turn. Okay. So the next one is gone. All right. Anything else from you, Galen?
Is it going to be gone?
On a failed save, whenever the target makes an attack roll before the end of your next turn. So if it makes multiple attacks, it's going to roll 2d6. Right? One each time. All right.
Yeah, that's end of turn.
All right. Petrus, it's your turn.
Cool. So the only weapon that I have right now is the spear, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. You know what?
This thing is prone.
Okay, that's a good sign. In that case, I'm gonna move up there, kind of blocking the path for where's Arachne? I probably can't see her. But I'm gonna be blocking the path to at least Galen.
Yeah, she's just outside the torchlight.
Oh, perfect. Quick, somebody give me another weapon. While I attack with a spear.
Alright, go ahead. Oh,
Alright, it's advantage.
shit, I forgot about that. Okay.
14 to hit.
14 does hit.
Cool. I'm gonna be... It should be versatile. Since there's nothing else in my offhand, might as well two-hand it. It's only giving me the option for 1d6 plus 2.
I might need to be added as the... I might need to go back and do that later.
Okay, let's just type that out. 4 piercing.
Okay, 4 piercing. I forgot about this thing's ability, which is the first time it's damaged by any attack, it receives half damage. So I'll let that slide from your bombs, but for this, it just chinks into its crab armor, and it only takes half damage instead.
Crab battle.
All right. Anything else from you, Petrus?
I don't really have anything to do as a bonus action, but yeah, that's all. Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to use telekinetic, right? That's a thing I can do.
Oh, what? Incredible.
Wait, whoops, I was targeting myself. I gotta remember that I never have a, Cool, it's gotta make a DC...
I think it's a...
14, I think?
Strength save, DC 8 plus proficiency ability modifier. Yeah.
Yeah, 14.
Alright. Is it strength save? Yeah, strength save. 16. Succeeds.
Passes.
You go to shove it, and it just... moves into you instead.
Nope, that's a bit bigger than I'm what I'm used to.
Alright. It is the Abomination's turn. Oh, wait, did the Abomination... Hold on. Did the Abomination hit anybody before?
It hit
No, it was a critical
Petrus.
miss, right?
Hit
I
me
thought
with
it was
the
critical miss.
cannon.
Yeah, it was a ranged success.
Is it still prone
It is still prone.
and cursed?
It is still prone, it is still cursed. But
It was successfully cursed this town. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yes, it was cursed. It was cursed
Okay.
by a hex.
Radical.
Yes.
Radical.
Just gonna make a bite attack at Petrus. It has disadvantage, and it also minuses 1d6 from this attack. That's a 20 to hit.
What?
Oh shit, dude.
Silvery barbs.
Oh, you're gonna silvery barbs that? Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna
and cast
silvery barbs that. You can't do that to my friend.
Aw.
Go ahead and cast that, please, as a reaction.
Yep,
Holy
standard roll.
Shit. Oh, that's so funny. What does it say? Roll?
And now I'm out of first levels, but you know what? Worth it.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Absolutely reasonable for a silvery ball.
it's the same thing. That's a 4.
That's more like it.
Holy shit. Okay, so you're just like, no!
Who do you give the advantage to?
Mm.
That's how
You
Silver Barbs
magically,
works.
Mm-hmm.
you magically distract the creature triggering to. You can then choose a different creature you can see within range. You can choose yourself. Oh, to give advantage. Oh, well, pick on someone your own size. Amphitrite advantage.
Alright,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Amphitrite, you have advantage, so you have advantage on your next thing. And it is your turn.
No.
Oh, no, that was a reaction. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a reaction.
Oh, shit.
That being said...
Actually, hold on. Pause. My bad. This thing has multi-attack.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
Damn.
But it only has multi-attack for, Oh, actually, no. It still has multi-attack. Oh, but it can't see. Oh, that's really funny.
But would it
Love
need
it.
to get up from prone? Like,
Correct. At some point it has to, right?
Yeah, but he could do it after.
Oh.
Listen, this thing, not smart. 3 int.
Oof.
That is a nat 1. Or a
Beautiful.
1 total. Okay, so cannon, boom, shoots out, misses, strikes into the wall. Now, Arachne, it is your turn.
All right, from the darkness, from hell's heart, I stab at thee with insults.
Just gonna keep doing it.
Yep, one of these is gonna have to land.
From hell's heart, I bite my thumb at thee.
All right, need a DC 13 Wisdom.
That's a 19.
Fuck you, man. Okay,
I'm
fine.
sorry. It's so funny. This thing is
You know what?
This thing is too stupid.
It understands language. It doesn't understand sass.
Correct.
Arachne, if you've got a
All
weapon, please toss it to me.
Like, absolutely. I'm going to throw... Well, I'm not going to throw... am I going to throw my dagger? There's tossing a dagger and throwing a dagger.
You can toss it. That's use an object.
Okay, so use an object, throw, web my dagger.
All right.
And that is a free action to use an object, correct?
Correct, yes.
All right, so boom, boom.
I'm going to equip that dagger
And...
for you.
Yep.
Oh, you have a dagger. Okay, Steve. Good. So we equip it on you.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
All right.
We are sharing our materials at this point.
Amphitrite, it is your turn. Renji, you are on deck.
all right. So the only thing I can do is attack. So I'm going to use my warhammer to. Why does it say consume item?
I don't know. I have to fix that again.
Okay. I'm going to use it. Use ability. I don't know how that is an ability when I have to roll attack.
Consume
But I
hammer.
also have to roll it. I
Oh.
have to roll it with advantage, right?
Advantage, yes. Holy shit! That's a 19.
Oh,
Nice.
Girl, get it, girl.
Nice. All right. So I imagine that hits.
Yes, go ahead and roll
Cool.
damage. You should be able to see it, no?
It doesn't tell me that it hit. It just tells me the number I rolled.
Okay. Unfortunately, the crab armor cracks as you hit it, so it does only take half damage from that attack.
Well, boo. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I have nothing else that I can really do.
All right.
So.
Renji, it is your turn. Galen, you're on deck.
Alright. Oops. Where is it? Oh, no. There we go.
We cut to Renji.
And-
Indicate. Oh, I should just click this. That's what I should be doing.
Dash is an action, right?
Yeah. So it's your movement and a dash. Oh. Don't worry, guys. Poof. I'm coming.
Just that little extra distance, you know.
You know what? It's a little extra distance. We love it. All right.
Yeah.
Galen, it's your turn.
All right, I look back at Arachne, and she starts to see like a glow that she's seen before already in one of his eyes, as he's like, you know, this is feeling kind of familiar. And then I look back again and try and fire a beam from the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a normal roll, right? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so this thing is also no longer cursed. God damn it.
Oh yeah, it is. Put it back
Oh, it is still cursed?
until the end
You
of my
just
turn.
cursed him again.
Oh, shit, yeah, okay. No, I have no business
And-
not a curse.
And then I'm gonna do something else as a bonus action. So
Ooh, okay.
it's only 1 damage, which I think it's like, what, 0?
I was gonna say he takes half of that, so he takes no damage. Just bang! Oh.
I just start to laugh.
Oh, different curse. Okay. Oh no.
No, it extends the duration of a hex that I'm concentrating on.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay. Holy shit. All right. I have to make that a thing. Holy.
So stay
shit.
disoriented, you crab.
Ah. Okay. Incredible. Rich, I'm sorry. I'm gonna ask you. What does it sound like when Galen cackles?
Yeah. No. Oh my God, no.
No, you have to do it now.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
That's inspiration, baby.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
It's not your turn, Steph. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I was trying to like look at certain things I haven't used yet that I need to refresh myself on. I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry.
Okay.
You good?
Oh, whoops. Okay. Petrus, it's your turn. It is the abomination on deck.
Cool. So now that I have the perfect, okay. So my armor class should be 17 as listed. Oh, you already equipped the dagger too.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm gonna do a interesting combination of spear and dagger.
Oh,
Pretty
one
much
in
using
each
spear.
hand? Incredible.
Yep, it's pretty much using the spear, kind of like a long, I guess an S-stock would be the best terminology, like in terms of like the kind of, fuck it, spear dagger. There we go. I don't have to think too hard about it. It's still, is it still prone?
Yeah, it never tried to get up. It was just really...
That's hilarious.
Brilliant, baby.
It was just really pissed and wanted to kill you guys as quickly as possible.
Cool, that is 7 piercing.
Alright, it's going to take half of that.
Perfect. I do have 2 weapon fighting as my fighting style feat, so... Hilariously enough, my offhand action is going to be doing more damage, probably. Because... Spend item use, no. That's a 10 to hit.
10 does not hit.
Oh, the dagger does not...
Does not
Get
pierce
through
the
the crab
crab.
shell.
Does not pierce the crabbish hide. Alright,
Dang it.
that is the abomination's turn. It is going to remove itself from prone. And then it is going to make a ranged attack at Galen to try and break concentration. Damn it. That's weird. Nope, okay. It's gonna make a regular cannon attack at Galen, because the other 2 things don't work, which I didn't know. Oh, I forgot to subtract 1d6 from it, but it doesn't matter, it doesn't hit you anyway. And then it is going to make a... Can this... Yes. Oh, no. That's what I meant to hit. Petrus, can you give me a con save, please?
I certainly can.
Thank you.
$19.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I do not take the tentacle disease.
No, you do not. Alright. Arachne, it is your turn. Amphitrite, you're on deck.
All right, I'm going to throw Bardic Inspiration to Amphitrite. So add a d6 to your next thing. And I'm going to... No?
You should be able to target the individual and click Bardic Inspiration. Just so,
Ooh,
yeah.
love that. Bardic Inspiration.
Just please don't attack me.
I am not doing that. Usability?
Yeah.
Did it go to...
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, it did! Oh, love it when a plan comes together. Awesome!
Oh, that's cool.
So-
And it lit up on my things.
Yeah. Yeah, take your Bardic. You deserve it. And I'm gonna try once again to insult this goddamn thing.
Dude, again.
Listen,
I believe in you.
look, I have one spell slot left. These are my choices. These are my options. Arachne is better with peopleoids. So,
Peopleoids.
well,
Yeah.
humanoids is just racist.
You know
Some
what?
of them are Fistrians.
You know what? That's fair.
They're peopleoids.
Fish are friends.
Not food. Sometimes food.
Sometimes food. Apparently this guy,
But not
according
these
to
fish.
Steph.
These fish are... God, you're right. So I need a wisdom save. Fail it this time.
Yes. That's an 11. He takes...
That's what I'm talking about. To fix your reeking breath, you'd need to gargle alchemist fire.
Damn. He takes minus 4 damage. And that's a saving
And
throw.
disadvantage on... Yep. And
Oh, that's-
disadvantage on its next attack.
That's right. I need to... Vicious Mockery. There we go. Need to actually apply that to
Yeah.
your thing. Alright. Amp, it is your turn, and then Renji, you're on deck.
All right, so okay. I think I stopped.
Hit
targeting
that crab.
Hit that crab. It's not actually...
You
Let's
know,
get cracking.
Oh,
I'm taking away your
Wow,
inspiration for this
that-
session.
No, you're not.
I can't.
So
Damn
bad.
it.
I already used it.
That's true.
I get one free one per session for all the art.
Yes.
I'm gonna do the Warhammer again because it worked so well last time. I don't no it like no I don't want to use the Bardic on that. Yeah, I don't want to use the Bardic on that. All right, and then damage, which I will. Can I use the? I want to use the Bardic on that. Will it ask me about that?
No, you can't use... Bardic is for a d20 roll.
Oh, all right. Well,
Okay.
well, you
Hold on.
hit it anyway.
Hold on. I don't think you have that ability. Okay. I was wrong. You, do have magical inspiration, Arachne. If a creature... let me just show it. If a creature has a bardic inspiration die from you and casts a spell that restores... Oh, no, it's a spell, not an attack. Darn. Sorry, Steph.
Damn it.
all right. Well, the Bardic stays, right?
Yeah, you didn't
Like
use
I
it.
don't lose that. Okay, yeah. I just like the attack had already been rolled at a 20.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't need
Yeah,
any more to that.
You hit, but again, first attack, so half damage.
What do you mean first attack? It's not the first attack.
Let me double check the wording of this thing.
I thought it was the first
Or
attack. Like,
is
in
that
combat.
per turn,
The
or
first-
is that?
On its turn.
On its turn. The first time the abomination is damaged by any attack on its turn, it instead receives half damage.
Yeah, but this is not its turn. It's my turn.
Well, that... Any damage on its turn, I feel like doesn't... Alright. You're right. I'll undo that.
I'm semantic as fuck. I've always been, but like.
Yeah, I know you are.
Sorry,
But what am I?
not sorry.
Smooth. No, sorry. Amphitrite is smooth. Sharks are smooth as hell. Alright.
Smooth.
Alright, Renji, it's your turn.
Okay.
I was gonna say the abomination didn't do it. No, it didn't. Oh, it's still under vicious mockery. Why does it keep doing that?
As I'm running past, it's like, Jay, watch after the boat.
You got it! And Jay is actually going to use his reaction. Him and Mel are going to just make ready to sail because they are fucking sailors. Or at
Get
least...
ship shape.
At least at least one of them is a sailor and one of them is a sea witch, so...
Okay, so Reggie looks at this thing, is like, oh, that's a problem. But I used my dash action, so it's like, Okay, you guys are here. Oh.
Oh no. Alright. Oh, so you dash, so that's your turn. Alright. Galen,
Okay.
it's your turn.
Alright. I'll give it another goo.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that at 20? No. It's just a regular damage. 2. Bing! Oh, and you're cackling, so it's doing the thing again. Yeah.
Taking pot shots at the crab monster.
Can't take the disengage action.
Cackle again,
Okay.
just for us, as a trait.
Well, now we just need to make that another soundbite.
Exactly.
And this time, Joe, I need you to send me that soundbite so that it plays every time Rich hits the cackle button.
Correct.
So that
I suppose that is fitting revenge.
so Rich doesn't have to do it over and over again, but I
Exactly.
will. Yeah.
You want his vocal cords to be okay.
Exactly. All right, Petrus, it's your turn.
Excellent. Is it still prone or no? Remind me again.
It's no longer prone. You can. The thing is gone.
The second verse, same as the first, is 13 hit.
It does. That's its AC.
Oh shit! All right, meets it, beats it. Let's go.
Oh, make sure you're actually targeting it. There we go. You still attacked it, so if it'll let you roll damage, just roll damage. Which I don't think it will, because
Is it like bloody?
3.
Like how is it looking?
It's very bloody. This thing looks pissed off and like it's about to die.
Well, let's hope the dagger attack works.
That's a 19.
19. Max damage.
Ooh, let's fucking go. Yeah, this thing is on death's door. Alright. It is this thing's turn, unfortunately. It is going to make a ranged attack at Renji, who has just come into its vision.
Forget that disadvantage.
-6. I mean D6.
Oh, and a -26. Goddamn.
Or
That is a critical miss. Alright, and then,
So the cannon jams is what you're saying.
yeah, so... And it's going to try and...
Fortunate.
I'm going to try and bite you. Does it still have disadvantage from Vicious Mockery? Or is that done after one turn?
I believe it's done after one turn.
Okay.
yeah.
That's a 9, doesn't hit you. Alright.
Love it when a plan comes together.
Arachne, that's your turn. Amp, you're on deck.
All right. Gonna try being mean. Right. Throw some vicious mockery. Or, nope, that's Blade Ward. Sorry. That was me being wrong. That was entirely me being wrong. Take that effect off.
You got
That
it.
is not what I'm trying to do. Sorry. Sorry,
At the
guys.
end of this adventure, Arachne's going to write their own book, and it's going to be called Harsh Words and How They Hurt.
You are correct. All right. Please fail this next wisdom save.
Alright, here we go again. Nat 1! Alright, let's roll that d4. That's a 2!
It's feeling very
That's just
self-conscious now.
What flies faster, arrows or your family leaving you?
Damn. Holy shit. It's just like, ah! And we once again
Yeah.
put Vicious Mockery on it. Amphitrite, it's your turn.
It's an
Alright,
insult. It's an
so-
insult so bad that even Petra's like, Arachne, damn.
Damn, what the hell?
That's
Alright,
absolutely what
continue
Petrus is thinking.
I'm gonna continue with Warhammer. Actually, you know what? I want to try Frantic Bite again.
Okay, go
See if
ahead.
that works. If that works this time, I don't know.
Bite off that crab claw.
Why do you keep hitting it?
Because it wasn't telling me what was going on.
Okay, you clicked it 3 times, so it's working.
Oh, okay, sorry. No, because usually it'll pop up like, hey, do you want to do this? Like it does for Warhammer, but it doesn't do that for this, I guess. But I can... This is a D20 roll, so technically I can, if it doesn't do what I want it to do, I can use the...
Yeah, you can. It should offer you an attack option. Yeah, there you go. You hit it. And roll damage.
Bardic. Damage.
Oh, good thing you used that Bardic, because that's what caused you to hit.
Yeah, no, I know.
Alright.
Yeah.
Amphitrite, with a crunch, you prove that there are always bigger fish in the sea as you bite through this thing's faceplate and rip its head from its body again.
So wait, can we take this body and cook it and eat it?
No. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Alright.
And I'm going to say this is the last thing that we're going to do before we break.
It's not bad, I guess.
Amphitrite, you have not eaten people before.
Oh, this is people.
So when you bite into this and you taste not only fish, but also the taste of people, you spit it out immediately. It is poisoned. Ooh. There's also poisonous spines growing from it. It's like an amalgam of sea creatures have coalesced onto this human form, and then the cannon also got stuck there. And I'll say, Galen, you can go ahead and give me Arcana or Nature with advantage.
Can I also roll medicine?
Yes, absolutely.
Team effort.
There, Arachne is. I haven't seen your token all battle.
Yes, because it was out of your vision range. Wow, 2 18s!
Damn, already.
Okay.
I like how there's a -1.
Alright. Petrus, with your medicine check, what are you specifically looking for?
I guess, well, mostly what the fuck is this thing? Like, what are the,
Is this the cause of...
What?
Yeah, is this a disease? Is this contagious?
Not so much disease, but the physiology of it. How does this work? Does it look like disparate organisms coming together as like a siphonophore? Or, siphonophores are like men of wars where it's individual, multiple individual organisms functioning as a whole? Or is this just like...
Thank you for explaining that. I knew the word, and I was like, that sounds familiar. I don't know why, but appreciate that.
If we're doing sea creatures, oh boy, well, yeah, it's, the Portuguese men of war, it's like, sure, it looks like a jellyfish, but the fact that it floats, the polyp that... It's multiple individual organisms that can only function together as a whole, so...
This week's episode of the Grillonal Chronicles is brought to you by Steve's Animal Facts. Or Steve's Cetaphore Facts.
You know how Brennan works with birds? It's like that, but with any given subject.
Okay.
All bets are off, baby. Anyway.
So, on an 18 between you and Galen, Petrus, on your 18 medicine check, you see not a disparate collection of organisms, but one organism who has mutated beyond recognition. There are pieces that may at some point have been grafts, or could have been, like, grafts. You're from High Rock. You're familiar with the concept of grafts. But that's not what this is. This looks like these mutated or grew out of this, except for the pieces of human-made attachments. The cannon, the wooden feet, the ropes holding the crab arm in place. This thing mutated and crawled from the sea. And Galen, you see what happens when the bodies of the dead are dumped into the ocean and not given the proper rights to prevent the ocean from clambering into these undead, and from clambering into these husks and becoming the sea spawn. And that is where we will end our session for this evening.
Oh.
All right. We are going to take a 10-minute break, and then we are going to be right back.
Before we
yeah.
do that, may I take second wind?
Yeah, you can second wind, buddy.
Cool.
Go ahead, second wind.
There we go.
Yeah. All right, be right back. All right, looks like everybody's back. Yeah, looks like everybody's quack.
Also, thank you for posting that.
You're welcome. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and we will start with Joe for our appreciations.
Okay, Rose. We're starting to get seeds of that team cohesion and that rapport in there that's going to carry us for the rest of this campaign. Love to see it. Thorn. I don't think I have one. Not really. I'm really trying to rack my brain on that, and I really can't actually think of a Thorn for this. I'm just like, I'm pleased with how the session went. I can't think of anything to criticize. Bud is, we got a ship. We can get off the island. But also, more cave to explore. Appreciation is for Rich as Galen, not William Budd anymore. And thank you, Rich, for convincing me to get that soundboard bite of Eric for the Strix. Rich, you were 100% right. That was totally worth it.
You bastards.
There you go.
All right. Rose. I would say it's just the getting through like a lot more of like the character thing. I think it leads to we just need to make that crack just to get a little bit more of that group cohesion. So it's not a bunch of like strangers that just have to keep cooperating. Hopefully that becomes that the ties that bind that kind of bring the group a little bit more into a group. The Bud, pretty much we got the ship. We've got seems like a decent amount of loot that we didn't mean to, probably didn't mean to find, but here it is. So nice little nest egg on that. So my main Bud though is I'm always up for exploring. So we've got like probably 2 or 3 more places that we can like poke around, and maybe there's more spawn on the island, or maybe that's just like the first little tidbit of what's creeping around in the archipelago. Thorn, not really a Thorn. I think more for myself is I'm just going to read up more on like the witch and its different abilities and everything. See what kind of combos or what just understand the mechanics of it a little bit more, because I think I've got the fluff good. I just need to I want to brush up on the crunchy part. And then my appreciation is for Sam and Arachne. I think the biggest thing is your different contributions with like investigating and getting the story of the campaign actually rolling. Just asking like the pointed questions. And it just advances the story when maybe it wouldn't normally. And then also providing all the different good support. The bard stuff. Bards do the inspiration, and I think the rest, the Song of Rest, was really key for. Well, we lucked out on the married part, but I think the big thing was getting that little health bump for this Hulk thing. I think came in handy, and so pretty much everything's all good, and can't wait for next session. And to you, Sam.
Yo, yo, yo. I had a lovely time. Hard to pick a single rose, so I'm just gonna highlight my absolute favorite piece of shit, Married, Marty the Married. I'm really looking forward to compiling some terrible, terrible stories for Song of Rest. And I just thought that was really fun roleplay. I'm glad the dice wanted to tell a story, including the okay, prove it. Prove you can give us a ship. Yep. Okay. Awesome. I've watched this movie. I've read this book, and also the Bora novels are very exciting. That is just a little gift, little throwback for us, but it means the world. My thorn is that Steve was late, and not because he was late, but because I missed him. I missed having my bestie, but I'm glad that he's here now. And my bud is progressing the story and getting us, going one step further. I'll just speak candidly. I'm a little torn between, well, should we continue investigating the cave and find potentially more danger? Or should we just, call it a win and leave? Because I want more story. And I definitely have that video game holdover of, well, if I don't investigate it thoroughly, then I'll never be able to come back. Yeah. And my appreciation is for Steph and Amphitrite. And obviously, Dice want to tell a story. I love that Nat 20 for recognizing the famous Wethbees. Love seeing you do the combat that you are so great at. But my favorite thing was that pointed line you gave, "We have a common enemy." That hit. I loved it. We want more. And that's me.
I thank you. I can't wait for Galen and I to take on Nras'shrk together. But yeah, this was a cool session. I had fun with the exploring and the role play and the combat. I'm glad we got some combat. Like, it wasn't like hugely significant. I imagine we'll like search the body after, maybe, to see if there's any more loot. But like, it was fun. It was just a fun session. Yeah, my thorn. Okay, so my real thorn is the fact that like some of the attributed things to my Warhammer don't work yet. And that's just like a thing that needs to be fixed, but that's fine. My like not real thorn that I'm gonna say is a thorn is the fact that I just finished Aladdin Jr. and then this with the genie. I'm like, what? I can't escape. I thought I was done with this show. But yeah. And my bud is, I can't wait to get back on the sea. And I hope we don't get shipwrecked anytime soon. My appreciation is for Steve and sorry. Whoa. I'm forgetting on your character's name. Oh my god.
Rockman. Petrus.
Petrus. I was like, oh wait, because I remember your last name because it goes with Arachne's because spider web. I was like, what's your first name? Okay, Petrus. You weren't here for a long time, but you were here, and I'm really proud of you for showing up and joining us to kick this abomination's ass. Because in terms of like, how what was the John Mulaney quote in terms of how addictive canceling plans is like heroin. All right, and it would be so much easier to not show up to things than to show up, especially when you aren't there like the whole time. And you didn't, and you were here, and I'm really proud of you, and I love like playing with you. And yeah, that's me.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll start with a thorn. It is going to be because I do have prior obligations for this thing that I volunteered for. In the lead up, it's probably going to be similar, that I won't be able to attend at the onset of the game. But much like, I think that because this was the first meeting in June, it was going to be the longest one, so I might be able to join earlier. But it's still a thorn. It's the fact that everything is happening on Thursdays apparently now that I have things to do. But all things considered, it's not too bad. And exactly as you said, Steph, there's only 3 more Thursdays in June, and one of them I know for certain I will not be here. So at least there's that. The certainty part of it, at least, is the nicer thing. Rose, this was just it's really good to be here. I'm glad to be here with all of you. There's been a lot of anxiety for a set of reasons as to why I haven't been why I was for the Dragonfest thing. So it was just nice to kind of end the day with folks whom I love, and that is really nice. May or may not be rather sentimental today. So there's that. Bud, I'm excited to see what's going on with this new ship, what it's going to be like, what we're going to do, what we're going to find, and things that we can do for that. Guess we'll find out. But my player appreciation is for Joe and Renji. And I gotta say, the callback to a campaign that I was not even part of, that was super cool just to hear. And again, like Eric said, the fact that you're able to remember things from like time spent in person, it's nice to hear, even from a secondhand viewpoint. And that was really cool.
Thank you. Maybe I'll tell you the full story at some point. It's not very long.
Okay, so now the issue is that I'm remembering that campaign, and the only thing I remember is fucking Gabriel's character stripped naked and ran down the beach and fought a bunch of crabs.
He also was trying to attack the sky with like firebolts and shit.
Yes, okay, because it was you, Gabe, and Dan. Fuck.
Yeah.
Alright, now I remember. God damn it.
Remember, the very last roll of the game was a nat 30 from me.
No, that's insane. That's incredible.
Yeah, you had a D30.
I do have the D30, yes.
Yeah, and I rolled a nat 30 on the stupidest spell possible.
Incredible. Alright, it is, as always, an honor and a privilege to be your DM. Rose, honestly, just the roleplay aspect of playing a lovable asshole with Jay and just finally revealing that the reason that Jay has continued to hang around Galen and is just because he thinks Mel is hot. God, I racked my brains like, why the fuck does this guy follow them around? I was like, oh, he has a crush on Mel. This is perfect.
I mean, she is hot.
She is hot.
Sorry, that's Sam talking.
All my fish are hot.
All my fish are hot.
And then, Bud, I will say, I was really worried because I wasn't sure what you guys were going to, quote-unquote, wish for, but I had a reasonable suspicion that it was going to be, we need a way off the island, or a ship of your own, and I'm really glad that route was what was taken, because that is really cool. It means that right now, you guys are in a way better position than you would have been otherwise, because you have, technically, a hold full of loot and a ship, which is dope as fuck. And then Thorn, I don't think I really have one for this evening. I don't feel it. No, my Thorn is that it's too fucking hot. It's too hot in this room right now.
Agreed. I'm not in the same room as you. Too fucking hot.
Too fucking hot. I'm sweating. My window's open. I can't turn the fan on because you can hear it in the recording, and it sounds like shit.
All my rooms are hot.
I need to, at this point, I just need to post a link to the fucking song in all of our descriptions.
Correct.
Alright,
I mean, look at these guys. They're all so hot.
They're so hot, including this duck. This duck is fantastic.
That duck is the hottest.
Thank you.
Look at that hot duck.
Need a duck.
Thank you, Dungeon Mallard.
Yeah, Rose, but, it's also just so good, because I think Sam had mentioned it last time, of, like, we are not really a party. We are still kind of dysfunctional. And everyone's still kind of in that thing of, like, doing their own bits, before everyone's, like, converges. It's also a Foundry thing of, like, not everyone's abilities work the way that they should, blah, blah, blah. But that is something that I'm going to continue working on. and I'm very excited to do so. And I am going to sit down and fix the stuff that is broken on people, which is Steph's Warhammer and most of the hex features on Galen. So I'm very excited to do that later. But with that, once again, everyone, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
God damn it, Joe!